Hello there everyone. Today I want to show you how to make this macrame bracelet. And this is what it looks like. So we're going to use a technique that's a bit of a variation of the square knot and incorporating beads into it. So it's almost a bit like a double row with your beads running down side by side. That'd be quite nice for stackable bracelets as well. You can have multiple colours and types of cord. So if you want to learn how to do that, then keep watching. And here are the things that we're going to use to make the bracelet. Now you'll need some type of cord. In this case I'm going to be using some 1mm leather cord, but you can use anything really, many different types of cord. In the one I showed you in the intro, I use satin cord for this, so you can really use whatever you have, or depending on what look it is you want to go for. Like the leather cord is going to make it a bit more, maybe unisex as well, and a bit rougher. And then we have some beads. These are some 4mm metal spacer beads in silver, but again you can use different types of beads, it doesn't have to be these specific ones. All I would say is try and make sure that the hole is large enough for your cord to go through. So get your things together and then let's get started. So to be able to start to make the bracelet, we'll need to cut our cords ready. Now we'll need 4 lengths of cords in total. We'll need 2 for the holding cords, which are these. And the length of these is really just enough to go around your wrist, and then some extra to make whatever type of clasp you want to make. Now if you want to make like a sliding knot or something, maybe say around 40 to 50 centimeters for your holding cords. And then you want to cut 2 lengths off for your working cords, and they need to be about 1 to 1.5 meters each. So that should be plenty with that, so cut them. So what I'm going to be working on is my macrame board. It looks like this on the other side. So you can use this side for measurements and that if you prefer working with that. And the other side is blank, and you have these notches going all the way around. So I'm going to be working with that because it makes it a lot easier. So you're going to get your 2 holding cords. I'm going to attach them to my board, leaving a bit of a tail at the other end. Because if you want to make like the sliding clasp, you'll need that extra bit at the end to do that. Attach them both, just in separate notches like that, and then I'm going to also attach them at the bottom, just in the very opposite notches, like so. So I'm then going to get my working cords out, and I'm also just going to attach these to the top, just so I can secure them and start working with them. You just attach them where your other cords are, like so, and they're loose because they're going to be your working cords. And now we're ready to start making some knots. So now we're going to start the knot that's going to form the main part of the bracelet. Now in a way it's a bit of a square knot, but it's a variation of the square knot because we're going to incorporate both of the holding cords, but not as if they were one, separately. So the way to do this is, you can start with your left side. It doesn't matter if you start with the left side or the right side, it's just personal preference really. So I take that one, and then I want to bring that over the first holding cord, and then underneath the second one, and then pull it all the way through, so you have it lying like this. So you got your loop, and then going over the first holding cord, and then underneath the second one. And then we have the cord, working cord on the other side. We're going to bring that underneath the one we just brought over. So that comes underneath. And then we bring that over the first one again, underneath the second one, below the other one, and then you want to then have it come up through the loop, the very first loop you created, and then pull it all the way through. So it sits like this. So you're still getting your like pretzel shape like you would do with a normal square knot, but it's just incorporating 2 holding cords instead. And then we're going to tighten it all the way up below the very regular square knot in the beginning. So that's the first half. We need to do the other half. So I'm going to take the other side and bring that over. So we need to bring it over the first one and then underneath the second one, like so. So you have this. And then we take the working cord from the other side, again bring it underneath the one you just brought through, like so. Then take that and again go over the first holding cord and underneath the second one, and then push it under the loops and then pull up through the loop, like so. And then again we tighten that all the way up. You can push it up a bit. So that's the first full knot done. So I'm going to do a few of these. I'm going to show you one more time. Bring the left one over the first holding cord underneath the second, like so. Bring the other holding cord, working cord, underneath the one you just brought over, and then again bring it over the first one, under the second one, and then up through the loop, like so, and tighten it. And then again the other side, over the first one, under the second one, pull through, to the other working cord underneath, and then go over the first one, under the second one, and then up through the loop, and tighten it. Like so. So you want to do a few of these. How many is up to you really. I'm just going to do a couple, and then we're going to start adding in the beads. So to add the beads, all I'm going to do is loosen up your holding cord at the bottom. That's a good thing about this board. You can easily take your cords on and off, and then just feed on my beads onto the holding cords. You want to do it on both of them. Put an equal amount on both cords. How many you put on, it really all depends on the materials you use. It depends on the size that you want the final piece to be. But again, you can just put a fair amount on. If you have too many, just don't use them all. If you don't have enough, just add some more later on as you get along. So add your beads to both holding cords, and then I'll show you what we do next. So I've added some beads to both of my holding cords, and all I'm going to do is just push them down the cords so they kind of get out of the way. So now I have this free space to work with, and because I'm going to start adding in the beads, I'm going to have 2 up at the top. So just 1 on each side, and push them up. I'll leave them up there, and then we just go back and do the exact same thing as we did before. So we take the left side, if that's the one you started with, go over the first holding cord, under the second, and pull it through, and bring the other working cord underneath that one, and then take it over the first one, under the second, and up through the loop, like so. So you're getting the same thing as before, and all you do is tighten it so it ends up sitting around your beads, like so. So that's your beads basically caged in. Now we take the other side and you finish off this knot. So over the first one, under the second one, and take the other one under that one, and then again bring it over and under and pull it through the loop, like so, and then pull it tight, like so. So that's your first set of beads added in. So all we do is push up the next ones, one on each holding cord, and we just repeat again. So the left side, go over and under, take that under, and then over and under and through the loop. And then tighten it. And then the other side, over and under, bring it under, then over and under, and through the loop. So that's a way to try and remember it. It's basically keep remembering you need to go over and under your cords, your holding cords from both sides. So tighten it, like so. And you can obviously add more knots in between, so have a bigger space of knots in between your beads. That's completely up to you. This is just doing one in between each, and you just continue like this. So that's all there is to this technique. You just continue working your way down until you reach about the length that you want it to be, pushing up a bead every time, and then at the end you're just going to do the same amount of knots without beads as you did at the beginning, and then just finish it off with a square knot. And then you can finish it off in whatever way you want to. I have a video that shows a couple of different ways of doing that. And then otherwise, keep doing that and you can end up with something that looks like this. And obviously you'll get different results from using different materials. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for watching. Hello there everyone. Today I want to show you how to do this flat hat kumihimo braid. And this is what it looks like, and this is where you have your hat running down on this side. The other side looks like this. You can obviously use that if you want to. Now this is also known as a half round or half flat braid. The reason for that is this side, which I'll call the back side, is quite flat, but then this side is slightly domed.